If you are experiencing creeping joint pain or trying to achieve a healthier, more energetic life, these are the 5 simple powders you need to start adding to your morning coffee. Number 1, cinnamon. I know, you probably already have this sitting in the back of your pantry right now, but you probably aren't using it enough, and definitely not in your morning coffee. Over my 10 years of sitting across from folks in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, one of the biggest silent thieves of health I see is creeping blood sugar. You know exactly how it is. You go in for your yearly checkup, you feel perfectly fine, and suddenly the doctor is raising an eyebrow at your fasting glucose numbers. It happens to the absolute best of us. Our bodies just don't process sugars the way they did when we were 30. But cinnamon, well, it's a bit of a secret weapon. It actually helps your body respond better to insulin. Think of insulin like a physical key that unlocks your cells so they can use the sugar floating around in your blood for energy. As we get older, those locks get a little sticky, rusty even. Cinnamon helps grease the lock. According to resources from the Mayo Clinic, incorporating specific spices like cinnamon into a balanced diet can be a highly practical way to support healthy blood sugar levels throughout the day. When your blood sugar stays stable, you avoid that awful afternoon crash. You know the one, where it hits 2 p.m. and you are suddenly desperately searching for a recliner and a nap. And the best part? It adds a wonderful, warm, natural sweetness to your coffee without you having to dump in spoonfuls of processed white sugar or chemical artificial sweeteners. Just a 1/4 teaspoon stirred right into your mug, or even better, mixed directly into the coffee grounds before you brew it. It takes the bitter edge off the coffee completely. Now, a quick pro tip from me to you. Try to look for Ceylon cinnamon if you can find it. It's often called true cinnamon. It's much gentler on your liver if you are using it every single day, compared to the standard cheap stuff at the grocery store. Number 2, collagen peptides. This one is huge. Absolutely huge. If you've noticed your knees sounding like a bowl of Rice Krispies when you walk up the stairs, or your lower back aching after just 10 minutes of pulling weeds in the garden, you really need to listen up. Collagen is the most abundant protein in your human body. It is, quite literally, the physical glue that holds your joints, your bones, and your skin together. But here is the sad truth of aging. By the time we hit our 60s, our bodies have severely slowed down their natural collagen production. We are running on empty. I tell my patients all the time, you cannot expect a brick house to stand strong if the mortar holding it together is actively crumbling away. Adding a scoop of unflavored collagen peptide powder to your hot coffee is one of the easiest, most effective ways to put that mortar back into your joints. The hot liquid dissolves the powder instantly. You won't even taste it, I promise you. It won't turn your favorite coffee into a thick, undrinkable sludge. The National Institutes of Health has highlighted numerous long-term studies showing that collagen supplements can significantly improve joint mobility and reduce that nagging wear and tear pain so many of us deal with daily. Furthermore, I have ladies coming into my clinic almost in tears because their hair is thinning out and their nails are chipping every single time they wash the dishes. Collagen provides the exact amino acids your body desperately needs to rebuild those tissues. Plus, it gives you a fantastic boost of high-quality protein right at the start of your day, which is absolutely crucial for maintaining your muscle mass. Muscle is your metabolic engine. We have to keep it running to stay independent as we age. Don't waste your hard-earned money on the fancy, heavily flavored ones filled with artificial junk. Just get plain, grass-fed collagen peptides. 1 scoop every morning. Your knees will thank you in a few months. Now, before we get to the next 3 powders, which include one that is an absolute powerhouse for your heart, I need to pause for just a quick second. You know I have to say this. I am a doctor, but I am not your personal doctor. We are just having a friendly, educational chat here about general wellness practices. Always check with your own primary care physician before making any major changes to your daily routine, especially if you are taking prescription blood thinners or heart medications. What works beautifully for one person might need tweaking for another. All right, if you are finding this information helpful so far and want to keep protecting your health, please take half a second to click that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me reach more seniors who need to hear this message. Okay, let's keep going. Number 3, unsweetened cocoa powder. Let me be very clear right out of the gate here. I am not talking about those sugary, processed hot chocolate packets with the tiny dried marshmallows inside. Please do not put that in your coffee. I am talking about pure, raw, unsweetened cocoa powder. Why? Because pure cocoa is absolutely packed with something called flavonoids. Flavonoids are powerful natural plant compounds that essentially tell your blood vessels to relax and open up wider. As we age, our blood vessels naturally get a little stiff. They lose their youthful elasticity. That stiffness makes your heart work overtime, pumping harder and harder just to push blood around your body. And nobody wants an overworked, exhausted heart. By adding a spoonful of cocoa powder to your coffee, you are essentially giving your cardiovascular system a gentle, daily massage. The American Heart Association consistently highlights the extreme importance of a diet rich in these kinds of plant-based compounds to keep your blood pressure in a healthy, safe range and to protect your heart long-term. And let's not forget your brain. Better blood flow means more oxygen and vital nutrients are getting pumped straight up into your brain cells. I've had so many patients tell me they feel just a little bit sharper, a little more with it during their morning crossword puzzles when they start mixing a bit of cocoa into their dark roast. It gives your coffee a rich mocha flavor that is just delightful. Try adding a splash of milk or a dairy alternative to smooth it out. It feels like a decadent treat, but it's actually pure wellness for your arteries. Number 4. Turmeric powder. You've probably seen this bright, deeply yellow spice in the grocery store aisle. It is the main ingredient in curry. Now I know exactly what you might be thinking. Dr. Mia, you want me to make my morning coffee taste like a bowl of spicy chicken soup? Stick with me here. You only need a tiny, tiny bit, maybe 1/8 teaspoon at most. Turmeric contains an active, incredibly potent compound called curcumin, and curcumin is quite possibly one of the strongest natural anti-inflammatories on the face of the earth. Inflammation is the root cause of almost every single age-related issue we face as seniors. Stiff, aching joints, brain fog, heart issues, digestive distress, you name it. Chronic inflammation is usually hiding behind the curtain, actively pulling the strings. I like to picture chronic inflammation as a slow-burning fire inside your body. Curcumin is the heavy-duty water hose. But, and this is a very big but that most people miss, curcumin is notoriously difficult for your body to absorb on its own. If you just eat it plain, it goes right through your digestive tract and out the other end without doing a thing. To actually get the medical benefits, you must combine it with 2 things: a tiny pinch of black pepper and some fat. Black pepper contains a compound called piperine, which boosts your body's ability to absorb the turmeric by an incredibly large amount, literally thousands of times better. And the fat? Well, if you use a little bit of whole milk, cream, or even half and half in your coffee, that provides the necessary fat the turmeric needs to properly dissolve and travel safely into your bloodstream. So, a tiny dash of turmeric, a literal speck of black pepper, and your usual splash of cream. It gives the coffee a warm, slightly earthy flavor. You know that feeling when you first swing your legs out of bed in the morning, your feet hit the floor, and your ankles and knees just scream at you? If you suffer from that kind of morning stiffness, this is a daily habit you really should consider adopting. Number 5, ginger powder. This is one that always, without fail, catches my patients by surprise. We tend to exclusively associate ginger with drinking ginger ale when we have the stomach flu. But pure ginger powder is a phenomenal everyday addition to your daily cup of joe. Let's talk about digestion for a minute. It's not the most glamorous topic at dinner parties, I know, but as we cross that 60-year mark, our digestive systems simply don't bounce back the way they used to. Your stomach starts producing less acid, your overall digestion slows way down, and suddenly, that slightly heavy breakfast is sitting in your stomach like a heavy lead balloon. You feel bloated, heavy, tired, and just deeply uncomfortable. Ginger is what we in the medical field call a prokinetic. That's just a fancy medical term that simply means it helps your stomach empty its contents faster and keeps things moving smoothly down the line. It naturally calms the stomach lining and greatly reduces that mild, annoying nausea that some older folks get first thing in the morning when they drink acidic coffee on an empty stomach. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, along with various other public health bodies, always emphasize that gut health is a foundational cornerstone of your overall immunity and wellness. A healthy, moving gut means a healthy, resilient body. Just a very small sprinkle of ginger powder, maybe a quarter teaspoon, adds a really lovely, subtle, spicy kick to your coffee. It pairs beautifully with the cinnamon we talked about earlier. It warms you up from the inside out, settling your system and prepping your stomach for whatever healthy meal you are going to eat that day. All right, let's do a very fast recap so you don't forget any of this. We covered a lot of important ground today. First, we have cinnamon. To help keep that blood sugar steady, grease the insulin locks and add a natural, sugar-free sweetness. Second, collagen peptide, to rebuild that crumbling protein mortar in your aging joints and keep your bones, hair, and skin strong. Third, unsweetened cocoa powder, to relax those stiff blood vessels and give your heart and brain a healthy, much-needed boost of blood flow. Fourth, turmeric, always paired with that essential tiny pinch of black pepper and a little fat to put out the destructive fire of chronic systemic inflammation. Fifth, ginger powder, to naturally soothe your stomach, reduce bloating, and keep your digestive engine running smoothly all day long. You do not have to use all 5 of these at once. That would be a very crowded cup of coffee. Just pick 1 or 2 that sound right for your specific body and start there tomorrow morning. See how you feel after a week. I want to hear directly from you, though. Which one of these powerful powders are you going to try first? Drop a comment down below and let me know your thoughts. And please, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, and share this video with a friend, a neighbor, or a loved one who could use a little morning health boost.